Well, I saw something today that was very, very interesting. Although it did not surprise me, it was just confirmation that there's so much more behind the scenes. Let's get started. Hello, everyone. I am Lady Zelda Kelly with True Oracle. Today is Saturday, November the 15th, and we are here to talk about, once again, Erika Kirk. But what I saw this morning kind of took me back. It took me back a little bit, and it's starting to make sense as to why Charlie was starting to say, there's an old saying that my grandfather used to say, double clutch. Hesitate is what that means. And going forward, perhaps there was trouble in paradise. I don't wish that for any family, but in order to avoid any type of that, you have to be truthful going into relationships, circumstances, and situations. It appears that that wasn't the case. And what I saw this morning was a signed affidavit of an investigation into Romania, into a group by Romanian angels, and about how the military was involved. Do I know this for a fact? No, I don't have that. Did I see it? Yes, I did, but it was held on camera. I was able to read it, and there's much more about it. I cannot post it here. I'm sorry. But what I want to know is this. Did she flee? Did she leave? What did she do? And then all of a sudden, because sometimes people want to heal their past by getting involved with a good situation for the future. Definitely avoiding some type of, identity. Did Charlie find this out? We're going to ask all this, and we're going to find out the questions, and more questions. We're going to find out the answers. And this trio of cards today. Now, before we get started, please do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and stay to the end because I've got a very, really exciting, good announcement for each and every one of you. Now, I just got to say this. I heard that Erika is banned in Romania. There's not really a way for me to find out without doing a lot of digging, and quite frankly, I don't want to do that. And for known purposes. But I'm going to say this. Even if she was banned in Romania, even Andrew Tate isn't banned in Romania. Let's get started. I really believe this is why Charlie was starting to really back up, hesitate, look into things. And of course, there's also that little situation about the files. The files from the island. We're going to call it that. And please be careful and cautious about what you put in the comments. I'll know if you want to talk in cryptic values. I'll know that. We're giving the House of Zelda a turn, and I want to thank that beautiful community member for sending me these gloves. They are, oh my goodness, they're just scrumptious. I love them. And there's the first card. Well, we could literally just stop here. That answers the whole thing. Because this is a wolf in sheep's clothing. A she-wolf? But we're not. We're not stopping. I'm not going to make this too long today because I don't think we need to. The universe knows the truth. That's the second one. Third, help from the cosmic unknown. I want you to know this. In my experience of so many years of dealing in true crime cases, closed cases, questionable things, anytime I've pulled a card that says help from the cosmic unknown or help from the universe, and the universe knows the truth, that tells me, God knows. And if anyone is actively seeking the truth, they're going to find it. Seek and ye shall find. They're going to find the truth. The truth will start coming out. And I'm noticing now that the media is kind of raising an eyebrow a little bit on some other circumstances that could definitely surround Erika and Turning Point. At the bottom of the deck, we have wisdom is needed. And I'm just saying, wisdom is truth. Wisdom is truth. Be careful of what you wish for. Because, in the word, I'm going to say this. When we ask for wisdom, you better be prepared, because sometimes wisdom isn't just so beautiful and fluffy and butterflies and clouds. Sometimes it can be the down, dirty, and the dark. But in this case, I feel that the down, dirty, and the dark needs to come out, because the truth needs to come out. Because the reality is this: we still have a crime. Now, I did see today that Erika Kirk is not seeking the death penalty, or the unaliving penalty, I guess I should say, for Tyler Robinson. I don't know how I feel about that, because I feel that Tyler Robinson has his own story, and there's so much more with his roommate, his person he was involved with. And where is that person now? Now, there's anger here. Now, this shows as an officer, but I want you to know this. It doesn't need to be a law officer. It can be an officer of the court. It can also be an officer of a corporation. Chief executive officer, chief financial officer. There's a desire there and some money, but there's anger. And for me, this is Charlie's energy saying he's not going to let this go, and he should not. This energy will be here to resolve. Charlie is okay. Charlie is in a beautiful place, but that energy remains, and it's not in a good space. It's not vibing correctly. How do we know? Well, there's anger, and the anger is right here on the wolf in sheep's clothing. I believe he knew. I believe he knew. And there's a questionable about, I think he felt one of the officers at Turning Point, and Erika, there was a desire, because guess what? There's a question about Turning Point USA money, and quite frankly, now with all of this coming out, if I were a donor to Turning Point, I don't care if it's $5, $10, I would personally, in my opinion, ask for a forensic audit. You got to follow the money in these things. You're going to find out that there's donations, and then there's donations. On the bottom of this deck, fortune. Fortune. So do I think that Erika was trying to erase her past by coming forward and getting involved with this young man who just was smitten, who also had money, who also had connections? I know that people try to erase their past by that. Let's see what the Cartomancy has to say. Now, this is interesting, and I'm going to tell you why. This, my darlings, this card is equal to the death card. in the tarot. It's an ending. It's a loss. And then it's also denotes a loss, and then perhaps an unaliving. I'm going to put this here. Why I say this is interesting, and this card here is interesting as well, but why I'm saying that this is interesting is because Erika shows up as this person right here. I believe this is Candace. Candace is becoming a thorn in her side. I believe that some of the spokespersons rather, from Turning Point is trying to get in and do a mass marketing campaign to discredit Candace, to discredit some of the other ones, to discredit Megan. They're having their own issues, especially Megyn Kelly right now. We won't get into that. But they're having their own issues. But there's some things that are pointed to Candace. Now, here's the interesting thing. Erika shows up here. Now, this is not her significator. She is a Queen of Hearts. But this right here, you can change personas, by the way, in the cards. This, as per I read it in my Cartomancy meanings, and the way that I've learned for how many decades, this is an expensive female. This is a female in which she looks for opportunity, and opportunity in the financial realm. Now let's go back here. There was a sacrifice, but who is this young man? Well, Charlie was younger than Erika, and Charlie is a Libra, which is a diamond. The fact that he was younger. But look at this. Look at this. Let's pull this down just a bit, my darlings. Look at this. There's a parting there. This Two of Spades is all about parting, divorce, separation, ending of a relationship. And with Erika, it was all about timing. And I am convinced of that. I'm not here to convince you of anything or tell you anything, because you know what? I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a doctor or medical professional. I'm not law enforcement. I am a tarot profiler. I am a reader and a seer. And I'm here to say, be a watchman. Do your research. But I like to look at the energy in the cards, because you know why? The energy doesn't lie. The energy doesn't lie. Energy cannot lie. It's physically impossible. Physics makes it physically impossible. Numbers don't lie. Neither does the energy. And with this coming up the way it is, now, who is this young man? Another youthful gentleman. Could he have been an officer? Could an officer of Turning Point? Could there have been a desire for that person and the money is really more important? This is a very youthful young man. Wide eyes, ambitious, but driven by money as well. I have a couple of names. I'm not going to mention them because, look, I don't think that I should. But this is a timing card, and I believe all of this started this past summer, started heating up. It's been going on for a while, but it started this past summer, and then September 10th. That summer. Now, this is Candace. She knows more than what Erika thought she would. See, the one thing about Candace, she's grabbed this tiger by the tail, and nobody thought that she was going to fight as hard as what she is. Now, look, you and I both know sometimes, you know, you just have to hold your breath and think, wow. But you know what? I think both you and I agree. If something happened to you or I, and there was a question I would want one of my friends to investigate, or my family, and not let this go until I got to the bitter end. And I think you feel the same way too. Regardless, let's take the personalities, let's take the people out of it, and let's just talk about the situationship. If that happened to you or I, oh boy, I would want someone to go to the ends of the earth and grab that tiger by the tail. This is all about financial stability along with partnership. See, it's spelling it all out because, quite frankly, even though I feel there was some bigger elements and perhaps even bigger companies or countries over the turning point situation that was wanting to get more anchored into situations with turning point, love and money are always walking hand in hand as to motive. And you know what? It's sometimes not about love. It's sometimes about not being in love. Every case I've ever seen, it's got some type of emotional wherewithal of love and or money or the opportunity or the thought of. And then comes, well, we better figure this out and cover our tracks. Interesting card laying beside this. This interesting card, my darlings, this is the Nine of Hearts. One of two cards that I read that are reversed. And we'll talk about that one time when we meet again and that other card comes out. But in this particular card, it is equal to the Nine of Cups in the tarot. The tarot came from playing cards. So if you've ever thought about tarot reading or anything like that, and you're worried about someone saying, oh my gosh, that is against our Father, that's against the word. Well, I have to ask those people who say that, do you play cards? Because the tarot came from the cards, and it turned out to be a game of life. People, I guess, sometimes say things without thinking. Let's get back to it. The fact that this heart is upside down. So the nines, both in tarot and cartomancy, mean the yes card. The wish fulfilled, the dream come true. The goal has been met. So if it were like this, then it would throw the reading into a completely different meaning. But the fact that it is turned, and I have no way of controlling that. It just turns through shuffles and through readings, but with the heart upside down, that to me is an indication that there are emotional games that have been played. Because, the hearts are the heart and soul. They are love cards, their hearts, their emotion. And when that heart is upside down, my darlings, it is playing emotional games. That's it. Playing emotional games. Now look what card it's beside, and it's this Queen of Clubs. This expensive female, the expensive one who expects a good living. She expects it. It's not something that, she has expectation. And then we pull in this card. This is an ending. And look at the one underneath it. I got to show you this. The Four of Spades, all about difficulties getting your point across, frustration. Because see, what's happened is not everybody has accepted the particular narrative that we've been told. Sorry, I just don't. They wanted everybody to take things at face value. Is this another Lee Harvey Oswald situation? That is a question. is there going to be more looked into from Tyler Robinson's roommate and mate and person of intimate relationship? He has more suspect things around him than Tyler ever could be. What will they do with Tyler? Are they going to... I'm just going to tell you this. I don't see, even if they have proof that he didn't do it, I don't see that they will let him go. Not scot-free. I don't see it. Because they want us to believe a narrative. Who are they? Well, I'll let that up to your imagination. Think you can think of who it is. That's all I have for you today. Be watchful. I think this affidavit will start coming out. You can read it for yourself. You're going to see it. And it's not a surprise. It's not anything that we didn't think was going to happen, but these things are now starting to surface. Let me know in the comments. And let's be respectful, not political. And I love, believe me, I read all of your comments. I try to answer when I can, but there's so many. But I love that you're here. Now, here is something so exciting. At the end of this video and in the description, I am leaving a link for the website. When you go onto the home page, I want you to scroll down and it'll say, watch us on YouTube, and you can click on that little, on the words, watch on YouTube, and it'll take you right to True Oracle's site. But here's the most exciting part. If you scroll down just a little bit more, you can sign up for the True Oracle free app. On that free app, you can book a reading with me, you can shop, and you can especially get announcements and notifications. It is free. We don't sell your information. It is powered by the same developer that makes Wix that is associated with our website. So when you click on that, or you have a link sent to you, and yes, my darlings, it does work outside the country. So from now on, you won't miss another live stream. You won't miss another notification. You won't miss another video. And you can just go in and watch when you please. But it'll guide you through. It'll guide you through this place, through the either one of your, either a Play Store or an App Store. And you can sign up through there. It'll sign you up on a little thing called Spaces. I just want you to know that. It's not going to charge you any money. You don't put your credit card in at all in order to get the app. It is free, 100%. And then you can shop from your phone. You can watch from your phone. You'll get notifications from your phone and you won't miss anything. And I just can't wait until you can start coming to the app to find out when things, because look, we all know sometimes you don't get notifications. That's just what happens. But now you don't have to miss a thing. Thanks so much for being here, my darlings. Much love to you. This is starting to heat up. I couldn't wait to get on here today and tell you. But yeah, let's look, because I do believe there's an officer that is involved, more so than not. Thanks so much for being here. Don't forget, like and subscribe and click that link at the end of the video. And I'm definitely going to see you soon, because tonight, pardon me, I just hit the camera. That's how excited I am. Tonight is the live with True Oracle and my channel, Seeing Crime, House of Zelda. 7 p.m. Eastern, that is 7 p.m. New York, America time. Be there. We're going to talk about all kinds of different things going on, and you never know, I might tell even a story or two. Can't wait to see you. Thanks so much, my darlings, and bye for now.